Shalom, shalom. For the ones that might be watching this a little later, shalom. Bear with me just for a few seconds. We gotta make sure this is right. Shalom, shalom again. For the ones that's on here now and the ones that might be watching later. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to the one true power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well through the Spirit. And a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect that are scattered four corners of the earth, whoever you may be. Lord willing that you all continue to endure and be sincere. Shalom to the Akwat Yum, believers of this faith and this truth. Lord willing you continue to pursue your lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. And Lord willing the most have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that is not in the faith. Right, you see the title of this lesson. This is a serious question. Do you want to get out of here? Do you want to get out of here? Don't you want Yahawashi to return? I'm gonna say this is a question again. Ask yourself. This is a question you should answer. Don't you want to get out of here? I don't mean get out of here. Let's get on the airplane and let's go. I'm talking about get out of here where the kingdom of the Lord, the kingdom of Israel, is established. Do you want Yahawashi to come back? Right? Some people want this captivity, this kingdom that lasts. I want America to go forever. I want Europe to last forever. I want England to last forever. I want it to last forever. You know, what mindset do you have? You know, because even in the ancient world, the children of Israel was thinking on getting out of their captivity. Right? I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to a history point in the book of Judges, because, you know, Jake was going back to getting oppressed back to back. Right, this is Judges. Is this the one I want? This is Judges chapter 3, starting at verse 9. I'll start at verse 8 because for the children of Israel to be in captivity, which is a difference from all the world, is because the Lord is angry with us, right? So Judges 3 and 8, therefore the anger of Yahweh was hot against Israel, and he sold them into the hands of Shushan Rishatham, the king of Mesopotamia. The children of Israel served Shushan Rishatham 8 years. And when the children of Israel cried out unto Yahweh, Yahweh raised up a deliverer to the children of Israel, who delivered them, even Othniel, the son of Kenaz, Caleb's younger brother. So while the Lord's anger was upon us and we were being oppressed, we cried unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi, right? Basically to deliver us. Man, Lord, we need you, man. Don't you see what they doing? And the Lord heard our cries, and he actually raised up a deliverer. Through the Spirit, the Lord raised up Yahawashi. This is why he was created. He was destined to be the one to deliver us from those that hate us. He was destined to be the one to deliver us from our enemies. He was destined to deliver us from sin, right? That sting of death, sin. Yahawashi plays the most important part, you know, and we need to be delivered. So this lesson going into, do you want to get out of here? Do you want Yahawashi to deliver us? Salaki family, what the hell? How did I get in here? Do you want Hamashiach Yahawashi to deliver us out of this captivity, right? Deliver us four corners of the earth. Ask yourself that, right? So let's get into it. This is Jeremiah, the 23rd chapter. The point is verse 7 and 8. The point is really verse 8, but we're going to read verse 5 down to 8, dealing with the righteous branch, the righteous descendant, which is Hamashiach Yahawashi. Now, a lot of us probably heard this multiple times. You read this chapter before, and that's good. But this is the mindset you should have thinking of your deliverance. This captivity ain't about to last for too much longer. You see the signs of the time, the way this government, this system is moving, the way it's uplifting women in a wicked way, or lifting women over the man, which is again a wicked way. Look at the men. Look what most of us might do just to get money. You know, households is broken apart. Everybody is too busy trying to chase a dream, right? I want a college degree. Your kids want to go to college, but you know, shit about to get real. You know, I don't think that our mindset should be on being a celebrity. I don't think our mind should really truly be like, you know, you do what you got to do, but especially as a child growing up, I don't think your mind should really be on traveling, like leaving your family that you have in the truth just to seek your college degree. Because when you are too far away from this truth, especially as a woman and a little man, as a young boy, especially a boy, if you don't have the means to go out and teach this word, who's to say wherever you go, you're going to still be connected to the Lord? When if you want to be a celebrity, you want to be on TV, who's to say that you would seek the Lord the same way you did before? Like, I'm always trying to seek the same mindset or enthusiasm, excitement that I had in the beginning of this truth, like I do now. Like brothers say, what is it called? Pace yourself, because you don't want to wear out on this thing. You don't want to lose that excitement. So pace yourself. I'm always having a desire to have the same excitement I had in the beginning and have it now. I want to chase that same excitement. I don't want to lose that excitement, because as soon as you lose it, you get tired of bringing out the same scriptures. You get tired of reading. You get tired of teaching again. Jake don't want to hear it. You see the same thing over and over again. So why would I want to give up if we know that this is only for the elect? You know, only the ones that's diligent is going to endure in this thing. So this is Jeremiah 23 verse 5. It says, "Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. In his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. And this is his name whereby he shall be called the Lord our righteousness." Right? We're going to have true justice when Hamashiach Yahawashi is on his throne. Right? When Yahawashi is actually ruling, right, on the earth. Right? He's already in his position in the heavens, but it hasn't been known or seen on the earth. And this is going to happen. Yahawashi is going to rule on earth. Right? And underneath, who's going to rule under him is going to be the elect, starting with the 144,000. I just seen a video. It's this website that the brother Shamyawala posted in the chat like last week, and I'm supposed to, you know, Lord willing, do a video on this article where it's multiple people asking about the 144,000. You got AI speaking, yo, if this 144,000 wake up, it's gonna be the end of this world. It's so much coming out about the 144,000. You know what he said in the movie Sinners. He said he was telling the girl that we speak in numbers. Through the spirit, coming in this truth, you do. 12, 7, 144, 14 captivities, 3 types of men. You think of the number 4, which is mercy, 5, power. You know, numbers mean something. And let alone you bringing out book, chapter, verse. You're bringing out precept upon precept, right? Mathematical, right? Just through the spirit, right? So again, you know, this righteous branch is going to bring true judgment and justice on the earth, which you don't have that true on the earth. How can these foes say that they're the real people and they damn near got laws and order? Why are they not establishing the LGB community to be vanquished? No more LGB community. No more this and this and that. Why are they not establishing the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord? Because they're not the people. This is why Yahawashi has to come. Right, verse 7, it says, therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, they shall no more say Yahweh liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. We will no more say that. Right now, we saying it. The children of Israel that was taken out of Egypt, that's how we identify the people the Lord saved. When you go into the New Testament, that was mostly about Yahawashi. But that does not mean that they wasn't bringing up Egypt. You go in the book of Acts, you see when the apostles was bringing those things up, right? Verse 8, but Yahweh liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country. Why he ain't saying the other nations? Because this is the future prophecy that, through the spirit. Jeremiah was speaking about America, man. This is the north country. It says, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from all countries, whether I have driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land. Now, brother, oh, no, that's dealing with Babylon. No, because this prophecy is dealing with Babylon, but not ancient Babylon, because it says the house of Israel. The house of Israel is the southern and northern kingdom. The northern kingdom was over here when the northern kingdom was over here when the southern kingdom was in ancient Babylon. So we're gonna go back to that verse 8, but let me get this real quick. 3 and 18. No, 33. Let's get Jeremiah 33. But we kind of already did a lesson like this, but it wasn't titled the same way. Right, this is Jeremiah 33. Is it 33? Salaki. I want to make sure I get the right one. Nope, that's the wrong one. I think it's 50 and 33. I got the 33 right. It's Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 33. And that's what it reads. It says, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel, which is the northern kingdom, and the children of Judah, the southern kingdom, were oppressed together. And all that took them captives held them fast, and they refused to let them go. Right? Now, what is he talking about? This is Jeremiah through the spirit prophesying of the future. The southern and northern kingdom were oppressed together. In ancient Babylon, Israel was not oppressed together. In ancient Babylon, Israel was not oppressed together. They were not, as a whole. Not just say, oh, some of the northern kingdom was with the southern kingdom. Okay, but we talking about as a whole, as a bulk. 12,000 out of each tribe is going to get delivered. The main deliverance is the northern kingdom. I mean, the northern country, not the northern kingdom, the northern country, right? The country from the north, right? The 12 tribes will be in captivity together. This is a desirement to get the fuck out of here, man. Excuse my language, excuse my French, and I ain't speaking French, right? Through the spirit, Jeremiah was speaking of ancient. He was speaking of this modern Babylon, When you go to Psalms 119, verse 199 and verse 100, it says, I know more than the ancient. In this time, we know more than the ancient because the prophecies that they was fully talking about, we know it in the actual sense. When it speak about arrows, it's speaking about missiles today. When it calls the missiles a serpent, I believe in Revelations, the 9th chapter, or is the 16th chapter, those is talking about the missile breaking off, right? So again, Jeremiah 23 verse 8, and in Yahweh liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country and from all countries whither I have driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land. So the Lord is not only delivering us from the north country, which is America, he's going to deliver us from the four corners of the earth, wherever we are scattered, right? In Jamaica, in China, in Brazil, in Australia, in different skirts of Africa, Europe, Russia, wherever Jake is pissing, shitting, sleeping, the Lord is going to gather us. Right? When you watch the movie The Sinners, which is a great movie, you got to have a spiritual eye. You got brothers in this truth saying, man, y'all got to watch what y'all watching. Is it demonic? It got witchcraft. Yeah, we know that. But if you don't have what is a watcher? And the men of the Lord were spiritual beings. You're supposed to be able to look at certain things, just like this movie. You could be at work dealing with a whole witch the whole time, right? But when it comes to these movies, you able to analyze it and take certain things that's in there and apply it to scriptures, right? And it was showing multiple examples of Jake, right? And the ones that became Edomites, we can't have anything bloody. Those was technically Edomites. You had Jake that looked like Jake, but they became so-called vampires. Through the spirit, those was real Edomites. You had one that looked like they was Japanese, Chinese, and Korean, but they was really Jake. Then in the end, they both turned into vampires. Guess what? Those was technically Jake. Those was technically Edomites. Looking at it in the spirit, right? And the one that was the singer, he was like one of the elect, singing that song on his side, right? And this song that we singing is the great deliverance that the Lord is going to give the children of Israel, the elect. It's Jeremiah 3:18. And in those days, the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel, and they shall come together out of the land of the north to the land that I have given for inheritance unto your fathers. Now, if I went in my trunk to go get the 12 tribes chart, that goes into Judah shall walk with the house of Israel. In this truth, the southern and northern kingdom is walking together. Yes, it is interesting. The scriptures is interesting. When you go to Ezekiel 37, a lot of people try to debunk the 12 tribes chart. To make it plain, and brothers been bringing this out, and the elder apostles been doing this way before me, way before I was even in diapers. Apostle Tahir all the way down in Great Millstone, they've been bringing this out, right? The 12 tribes chart is mainly dealing with the 12 tribes in the United States, because those are the titles or names that were called in the United States, right? 2nd Ezra 2:7, the Lord will remove our names from out of the earth. We're not called Judah. Oh, those are the Judites. Those are the Benjamites. No, we're either called African American, Haitians, Jamaicans, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Cubans, right? We're not called the beautiful names that the Lord have called us, right? So when we look at the North Country, we're called those names that it shows on that chart. But four corners of the earth, you got Jake calling themselves Africans, or calling themselves freaking Australians, or calling themselves wherever they at, and whatever they put a byword on them. We're in America. How can somebody in Alaska call themselves an African American if they're born and raised in Alaska? It's very simple. It's not something that it's not something too hard or difficult. But if you don't got a spiritual eye, you can't see it. Better yet, before I get this Ezekiel 37, just to prove that point, let's get 1 Corinthians 2:14. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 14. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of God, for they are foolishness unto him. Neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. Right? You got to have a discerning spirit. That goes with 1 Corinthians the 12th chapter, going into spiritual gifts, spiritual discernment. The natural man cannot receive these things. Right? Where's that? Right here. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 10. To another working of miracles, and to another prophesy, to another discerning of spirits, to another diverse kinds of tongues, to another the interpretation of tongues. Now it is a lot of us, as the ones that's in this faith, that have a discerning spirit to see things in a spiritual way, right? Like when the Lord say, it's a verse that I'm gonna bring out at camp tomorrow. I think it's in 1 Peter 2:5, where you give out spiritual sacrifices. Our spiritual sacrifice is us laying down ourselves daily. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 14. It says, but people who aren't spiritual can't receive these truths from God's Spirit. Again, people who aren't spiritual cannot receive these truths from God's Spirit. It all sounds foolish to them, and they cannot understand it, for only those who are spiritual can understand what the Spirit means. So you have to be spiritual to understand it. Let's see if we can look up. Let's look up this word natural.
Strong's G 5591. Psuchikas. Psuchikas.
Psuchikas. So to be natural, somebody basically of the flesh. Somebody basically of the flesh. Right? Because to be in the to have the Spirit of the Lord is to have the Rakak Wadash, or 1 Peter 2:10 and 11. The Spirit of the Lord will have you searching for the deep things. Like the deep things, like this is a deep thing. Like how you see me looking up words. Before, Jake, you just read the Bible. Like when you tell a Christian or anybody that's now coming to the faith, they say Jesus, and you like, no, that's not his name. When you go back to the original tongue, they was calling him his original name, which is Yahawashi. No, brother, no. Whatever it says in the Bible, no, you got to understand. If you got, a lot of people in church, even in some people that say that they in this truth, they really be thinking they in the spirit, but they're not. Some people be thinking they know what the Spirit is, but they don't. Before, I'm going to be honest, I didn't know what the Spirit was. But the more I grew, the more I start seeing, the more I start learning, the more I start getting sharp by brothers that I was around, by the teachers from the elder apostles on down. To sharpen myself, the more I grew within the Spirit, the more I started to understand that the Spirit of the Lord is going to give you understanding. The Spirit of the Lord is going to have you see things more in a spiritual sense, right? Where you at work, and things happen, and you see things in a spiritual sense, right? You could be watching TV, something spiritual happen, spiritual sense. You could be thinking something, and then you turn on the TV, and somebody just says something that you had in your mind, or you thinking of something, and then you talking to a brother, you having a conversation. He says something that you was talking to yourself at home about, and then you're looking at spiritual sense like, oh, that was meant to happen. Oh, maybe I was right when I was thinking this, right? That is having. Those are moments where you'll look at it in a spiritual sense, right? Salaki. Let's try to let me try to get a precept just for this verse real quick. want to get that, but that's not. Right. This is an example of the Spirit, right? This is 1 Corinthians 2:12. Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the Spirit which is of God, that we might know the things that are freely given to us of God. Now, how can we know those things? By the Spirit of Yahawashi resting upon us. And truly, the ones that truly believe in Hamashiach Yahawashi is given the Spirit of the Lord. That goes back to show you everybody's not going to get it. Because to even have the true Rakakwadash in you, you must believe in the name of the Heavenly Father and the Son. This is not about an argument. This is not me forcing. If you do have the Rakakwadash in you, you should believe in the actual name of the Lord, not many names, the name of the Lord. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 2, starting at verse 10. But God hath revealed them unto us by his Spirit. For the Spirit searcheth all things, yea, the deep things of God. For what man knoweth the things of a man, save the spirit of man which is in him? Even so, the things of God knoweth no man but the Spirit of God. Right? So you got to be spiritually discerned to understand the 12 tribes chart. If I was in Africa, even the sense that I have now, it would make sense to me that, okay, if they do know, people do know about people in America, say if I'm in Africa and I know about African Americans, I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But if I'm called by a different name and I'm cleaving to this word that's actually being taught, I most likely can be an Israelite, but my name, my title, or my nationality might be different over there. That goes back to when people say, how do you know you're Israelite? How can you prove it? Especially people that's in France, or how can a Judite prove that he them? How can an Ephraimite prove that he this if he's not called this to somewhere else, right? And that's where faith in the Spirit of the Lord, you're going to have the discernment. You know, by the Spirit of the Lord, you're going to know if you're an Israelite, right? And it's not just out of just knowing, right? It all goes back to leading you to the scriptures. None of us would know that we're a Hebrew Israelite if the Bible did not say it, if somebody didn't go to the Bible, right? I did not just come out the womb and just say, oh, I know I'm an Israelite. You know, somebody had to teach me. Somebody that was moved by Yahweh Shema Shai, regardless if they wasn't on fire. Talking about Ralph Father, when he pointed and said what he said, that opened up doors in my head. Then went to go seek people on YouTube. Right there and then, boom, I see other people saying that they're Hebrew Israelites. Through my little discernment, yo, this gotta be true then. Ever since then, I've been hearing about Hebrew Israelites since I first came in this truth. Right? So again, spiritual discernment to even understand Jeremiah, the 23rd chapter, verse 5 to 8. You got to have spiritual discernment to even understand Jeremiah, the 3rd chapter, verse 18. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 33, talking about the North Country. You got to have the spirit of discernment to get that, right? So going to Ezekiel 37, dealing with when it said, uh, that Israel and Judah shall be joined together in the North Country. So this is Ezekiel 37. Let's just try to get to the point. Ezekiel 37, verse 15, the word of Yahweh came again unto me, saying, moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel his companions. Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel his companions, and join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become one in thy hand. Right? Just a picture example of the southern and northern kingdom becoming one in his hand. Right here. Just through the spirit, you look at that as the southern and northern kingdom becoming one in the Lord's hand, right? So now, verse 18, it says, "And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, Wilt thou not show us what thou meanest by these? Say unto them, Thus saith Yahweh Shemashai power, Behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel his fellow, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in my hand. And the sticks whereon thou writest shall be in thy hand before their eyes. And they say unto them, Thus saith Yahweh Shemashai power, Behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whether they be gone, and they will and will gather them on every side and bring them into their own land." Now, that one verse is speaking about all Israel. He's going to take us away from the heathen. But when we went up, how can the southern and northern kingdom be one stick if in this time, Ezekiel, basically in the time of the Babylonian captivity, the northern kingdom was not in ancient Babylon? Now, if it was a few, we talking about as a bulk, right? The majority of the northern kingdom was over here in the North Country, America, Canada, right? They was over here, right? So through the spirit, Ezekiel is prophesying of this modern day Babylon, right? Verse 22, "And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountain of Israel, and one king shall be the king of them all." Wait, hold on, wait a second. When you look at the small hat Juju beings, they say that they're the Jews. But why they never bring up the northern kingdom? They always bring up and say that they were cut off. So the king only dealing with Judah. You know, they don't really know what's going on in this Bible because it's not for them. Right? So again, "I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountain of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all. And they shall be no more two nations, neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms anymore at all." Where's Israel calling their Lord a king over there if they in that land? They're not, because the children of Israel is scattered four corners of the earth. Why is Israel and all these other nations? Why isn't the North Country destroyed, which is prophesied? Where's the great deliverance where it says all knees shall bow? They can't even, but, oh no, we don't believe in the New Testament because they're not the people. All knees supposed to bow. Them taken away from the scriptures to make a dumb nigga think that they telling the truth. But when you got the spirit of the Lord on you, you know, we tired of lies, and you understand that they're not edifying or teaching nobody nothing. Because Jews is still everywhere in the earth. Everybody's supposed to be going over there doing tabernacles, every nation on the earth. And if not, you're supposed to get smitten, get the rod. Why they ain't giving us the rod? Because they're not the people, man. This is something that you want to happen, the great deliverance. Right? Right now, Israel is still two kingdoms, the southern and northern kingdom. Through the spirit, the Lord is rebuilding the tabernacles of David, and we becoming one. We're not calling the northern kingdom the northern kingdom. We calling them by tribes, but you know, teaching wise, the northern kingdom is Ephraim, such and such and such. You know, we're not established the kingdom of the north, the kingdom of the south. We're not divided in that way now. We're so low is now the Lord is building up the tabernacles of David through the ministry, right? Through this teaching, the Lord is rebuilding the 12 tribes all over again, right? Verse 23, it says, "Neither shall they defile themselves any more with idols, nor with their detestable things, nor with any of their transgressions, but I will save them out of their dwelling places, wherein they have sinned, and will cleanse them. So shall they be my people, and I will be their power. And David my servant shall be king over them, and they all shall have one shepherd. They shall also walk in my judgments, and observe my statutes and do them. They shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob my servant, wherewith your fathers have dwelt. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's another point for us to identify the children of Israel, because the true children of Israel are the sons and daughters of Abraham, truly by faith, right? Not by law, but by faith. Because by faith, Abraham listened to the Lord when he told him to leave your father, leave your kindred, leave your country, and come to a land that I'm going to give you and your descendants. That was a true leap of faith. It says, and they shall dwell therein, even they and their children's children forever. My servant David shall be their prince forever, going into the everlasting covenant of peace. Moreover, I will make a covenant of peace with them, and it shall be an everlasting covenant with them. And I will place them and multiply them, and I will set my sanctuary in the midst of them forevermore. Right? The everlasting covenant is established under or established by Hamashiach Yahawashi. My tabernacle also shall be with them. Yeah, I will be their power, and they shall be my people. And that tabernacle that he's talking about is the tabernacles of David. And the heathen shall know that I, Yahweh, do sanctify, cleanse, purify Israel, when my sanctuary shall be in the midst of them forever. Right? The sanctuary shall be in the midst of them forever. Right? And this is prophesied. This is written for us. This is written for us to desire. What's the point? Like, having those futile thoughts of being a celebrity, traveling the four seas. Hey, that's good to do. But the main thing we want to manifest is getting that kingdom. The main thing we want to manifest is Israel being sanctified and cleansed. Right? In honor, first, Hamashiach Yahawashi, Yahawashi, being glorified on the earth. That's the first thing that should be magnified on this earth. A lot of us you got common sense. Of course, we got priorities as a mother or father. You got priorities as a man and a woman. Outside of those little things, washing up and all those other things, the number one priority of a man and a woman, the Israelites, is talking about Yahweh Shem Yahawashi, getting out of here, right? Establishing the kingdom of the Lord, rebuilding the tabernacles of David with his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That is the number one priority, right? So we seen this, that this everlasting covenant is going to be established in the nation of Israel. Spiritual Israel, sidebar, spiritual Israel is Israelites that are moving with the Lord by his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. An inward Israelite. A spiritual Israelite is not an Edomite that is a full-blown Edomite and not an Israelite. No, 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 no. The Spirit of the Lord is truly given to the children of Israel. So back to Jeremiah 23:8. But Yahweh liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from all countries, whether he have driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land. This is a desire you should have. He's going to deliver us from the land of the north. Nobody else, no law, that Yahweh, by Hashem Yahawashi, is going to deliver us from the land of the north. No man should be putting a woman before Yahweh by Hashem Yahawashi. Right? Don't your role as a man, you as a man. No woman, no child come before that. For you to truly be a man is to be a man of Yahweh by Hashem Yahawashi. Your faith, right? This ministry is before a woman and a child. Is before you, these niggas out here, man. Family, friends, cousins, nieces, and nephew, right? This is first. Right? In order for us to get this, man, yo, like I just said earlier, it's going around where people are still like talking about the 144,000, not just only in this truth. I'm talking about, you got white people speaking about it, you got church speaking about it, you got journalists speaking about the 144,000. That is a talk. You got Edomites making videos saying, if blacks was to rule, it's the end of us all. People talking about black people ruling. technically through the spirit, we talking about Jake, the 12 tribes of Israel ruling the earth. It's going to happen. It's not a coinkydink why other nations is speaking about if the so-called black man rule, right? If Yahawashi comes back and ruling, the Puerto Rican man is going to get back into his stature and order, right? The Gadite is going to get back in his stature and order. We're going to love one another better than we ever loved each other. We don't got that true love. But when this ministry grew, that shows our love, man, for one another. This ministry. But when Yahawashi come, it's going to be better than what it is. You got to want this. You got to have it. Right? Because no Edomite is going to give us that. So let's get some precepts that line up with it. Let's get Isaiah 43 and 5. We're going to see other prophets bringing this out too. Isaiah 43 in verse 5. It says, "Fear not, for I am with thee. I will bring thy seed from the east and gather thee from the west. I will say to the north, give up, and to the south, keep not back. Bring my sons from far and my daughters from the ends of the earth." Right? Because what is the Lord going to do? That's Matthew 24. Matthew 24, verse 31. I'll start at verse 30. It says, "And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds and from one end of heaven to the other." This is going to happen. It is going to happen. It's going to be fulfilled. Mark it, book it, wait on it. Think about it, desire it. You know, the Lord is coming, man. We get to see it. The more, when you go click on YouTube, depending on, what you what you subscribe to, but because I'm subscribed to journalists, news, brothers that's teaching, Great Millstone, and affiliates that got the same mindset. And you see news coming on so many levels. This is happening. This is happening overseas. This is with the government. This is with Donald Trump. There's a lot going on. The dollar is declining ever more. And a lot of us, yes, we're working a job. You can still have cash. You can still use a credit card. It's still in motion. But only the ones that has that spiritual discernment is knowing that this thing is slowly but surely falling. You got all these foreign nations that's coming thinking that they're going to live it up in America. But in a minute, a lot of them is going to think, damn, I don't think I should have never came over here. And through the spirit, the Lord set a lot of y'all other nations up to being over here, to get destroyed. When the Lord comes, it's going to be gruesome on this side. When the Lord comes, it's going to be a strange salvation. Something you ain't never seen. And the Lord gave us the blueprint. The Lord gave us examples where the prophets were having visions of this, man. Having visions of the deliverance. Right? Joseph had his vision of being on high and his brothers and his father being below him. Did that not happen when he was in Egypt and he became a governor, second in charge under Pharaoh? Didn't Moses prophesy, if you don't hearken to the Lord, this is what's going to happen to you? Did they not hearken to the Lord and that actually happened? So it's other visions that these prophets had that pertain to our lifetime right now. And they're going to come to pass. You better hope you're not a coulda, shoulda, woulda, tutta. Right? Let's get this in Ezekiel 34. Ezekiel 34. Ezekiel 34 and 13. I'll start at 12. I'll start at verse 11. It says, "For thus saith Yahawashi Shemashai power, behold, I, even I, will both search my sheep and seek them out, as a shepherd seeketh out his flock in the day that he is among his sheep that are scattered. So will I seek out my sheep, and will deliver them out of all places where they have been scattered in the cloudy and dark day. And I will bring them out from the people, and gather them from the countries, and will bring them to their own land, and feed them upon the mountains of Israel, by the rivers, and in all the inhabitant places of the country." Right? So the Lord is going to gather us from all countries. Go look at your map. Go look what all countries and all lands lead to, four corners of the earth. Jake is there, and he's going to deliver them all out. When we talking about the elect, not all Israel, he's going to deliver the elect out of those lands. Let's go to Amos, the 9th chapter. This is Amos chapter 9 and verse 14 to 15. It says, "And I will bring again the captivity of my people of Israel, and they shall build the waste cities and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and drink the wine thereof. They shall also make gardens and eat the fruit thereof. I will plant them upon their land, and they shall no more be pulled up out of their land, which I have given them, saith Yahweh thy power." We're not going to ever be plucked out again. Right? It's a joint that Jeremiah said chapters ago. Let me see if I can find it. Right here. This is Jeremiah, the 18th chapter, verse 6. "O house of Israel, cannot I do with you as this potter? Saith Yahweh, behold, as the clay is in the potter's hand, so are ye in my hand, O house of Israel. At what instant I shall speak concerning a nation, and concerning a kingdom to pluck up, and to pull down, and to destroy." The Lord did pluck us up. The Lord did pull us down. The Lord did destroy us. Look where we at. You got Jake having the mindset of niggas. Our women rather be whore, slut buckets, and whatever, everything else. The Lord broke us down, man. Right? Verse 8, it says, "If that nation against whom I have pronounced turn from their evil, I will repent of the evil that I thought to do unto them. And at what instant I shall speak concerning a nation, concerning a kingdom to build and to plant it." Right? So right now, through the Spirit, the Lord is speaking about building the nation up again. Instead of pulling them down, he's going to build you up. When you go into the word edify, means to build up or something built. So through the Spirit, the Lord is already building us up by the ministry. Oh, you don't need to read a book. I kept seeing this on TikTok. You don't need to read a book. Those are ammunitions to do a lesson, man. Only a simple mind Jake would think, we ain't got to read. That's how you know only the elect have that true spiritual discernment, man. Right? Second Ezra is the 15th chapter tell you, right, that the Lord had these words written in the book. Salaki, I'm feeling tangled over here. It's feeling weird on my neck. I don't know what the heck is going on. Right? So again, it is crazy I'm doing this because I got this picture that I was going to do a lesson on. And if I do it later tonight or late tonight, or I might do it tomorrow, whatever day I do it. The movie that I always bring up, Trading Places. I got this picture that I took from a brother in Great Millstone that was doing a lesson. This picture is amazing. This is, for us to get the kingdom, we got to trade places. Look at that. And you got to look at Eddie Murphy. He was poor. and they became rich, you know. And the rich that we gonna have is beyond this world, where the riches that the Lord is gonna give us, the number one thing that's gonna make us rich, we're gonna have immortality. Esau over here trying to use scientists and all this other stuff to have immortality. We're gonna have it by the Lord creating us a new body, which I think is in 1 Corinthians the 5th chapter, which the Lord has it prepared for us. That's crazy. The Lord already got it prepared for us. Okay, I think it's 2 Corinthians the 5th chapter. Right, 2 Corinthians the 5th chapter, verse 1. For we know that if our earthly house of this tabernacle were dissolved, we have a building of God in a house not made with hands, eternal in the heavens. Right? This is not talking about a house that you living in. It's talking about this temple you living in. Right? Let's get that in the NLT too. Right? 2 Corinthians the 5th chapter, verse 1. It says, for we know that when this earthly tent we live in is taken down, that is, when we die and leave this earthly body, we will have a house in heaven, an eternal body made for us by God himself and not by human hands. So 1 Corinthians 15, starting at probably 45, but it gets good into like verse 52. When we get that change, that twinkling of an eye change, when Yahawashi come, it's already coming with him because he has the power. Wait. Hold the heck up. Okay, I don't know what that happened. Yahawashi has the power to put you in hell or to put you to death. What is that hell? A lower state. Let me get that real quick. Revelations 1:18. It says, I am he that liveth and was dead, and behold, I am alive forevermore. Amen. And have the keys of hell and death. When you look up the word key, it goes into the word authority or power. Yahawashi has the power to put you to hell, which is the lowest state, in the grave, the lowest state, let alone another example of the grave is being dead from the neck up, not having wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, which we have for 350 years, all by the Lord, right? Yahawashi. And then he has the keys of death. He can put you right in the spirit world. You can lead his body. That's all the power of Yahweh Shem Yahawashi, right? So this new earthly body, Yahawashi is going to change. Let me get another precept real quick. This is why we want the Lord to come. All this changing he's going to do, give you glorified bodies? Hell yeah, I want to get the hell up out of here. I'm about to get that. Ain't no Jordan's better than a glorified body. Right, where is that? Philippians, the 3rd chapter. Verse 20, it says, for our conversation is in heaven, from whence also we look to the Savior, the Lord Yahawashi HaMashiach, who shall change our veiled body, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body, according to the working whereby he is able even to subdue all things. Right? Who shall change our veiled body, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body. Yahawashi is going to change this dumb body to his glorious body, man. That's amazing. That's amazing. He's going to change our body. Yahawashi is going to change our body into the same example, glorious body that he got. No man, no woman, no money can do that for us. What he's going to do for us, no money can buy. Woo, this is fire, man. You go back to 2 Corinthians, the 5th chapter, verse 2, NLT, it says, we grow weary in our present body. We long to put our heavenly bodies like new clothing. This is Paul speaking through the Spirit. What spirit do you, like, what mindset do you have? Are you longing for that new body? You like when you say, like, sometimes I can't wait to wear a certain outfit. This is a fact. I couldn't wait to just put this on. Oh, hey, yo, love, you got my sweatsuit. I couldn't wait to put that on. Just to put it on, just to go do what I want to go do, you know? But through the spirit, that's the same when it comes to, I mean, it's not even the same. It's not even compared. Let me take that back, Salaki. It's not even compared. But as the example, it's just like you wanting to have that new body, right? He said, and we long to put on our we long to put on our heavenly bodies like new clothing. Are you longing for it? That goes to the question of the life. Don't you want to get out of here? Don't you want Yahawashi to come back? Hell yes. That should be your answer. Hell yes. You know? Hell yes. Hell yes, man. Hell yeah. I want Hamashiach Yahawashi to come. Oh, brother, what if you not the elect? Still, I want him to come. I want that peace for the elect, man. This not living. No way, shape, or form. Even if we got money, it's not living. Because it can deteriorate. When you die, like Solomon said in Ecclesiastes, when you die, your money or your wealth is going to be given to somebody else. Your children. Who's to say that they're going to make smart moves with that money? This is not living. Where I'm going to have kids, they get like, I got kids. I'm not going to say I'm going to have kids. I have kids. I mean, not kids. Because that goes into that bell, sacrifice. I got children. All my children, every last one of them, from the oldest, from London all the way down. My children, they get old enough. I don't want them to have the mindset of wealth and money on this side. I want them to have the mindset of the kingdom, something that's going to be forever. You're going to rule forever. Fuck $100 million. Because when you get old, then you use some of that money and you invest in or whatever it is. Whoever's going to use your money after you, what they going to do with it? To some extent, is all pointless. It's all vain on this side. Right? You should be longing for that new outfit, that glorified body from Hamashiach Yahawashi. Right? Verse 4, it says, while we live in these earthly bodies, we growing inside. But it's not that we want to die and get rid of these bodies that clothe us. Rather, we want to put on our new bodies so that these dying bodies will be swallowed up by life. Wait, hold on. While we live in these earthly bodies, we growing inside, right? Because it's a burden. But it's not that we want to die and get rid of these bodies that clothe us. Rather, we want to put on our new bodies so that these dying bodies will be swallowed up by life, right? Swallowed up by Hamashiach Yahawashi. God himself has prepared us for this. As a guarantee, he has given us his Holy Spirit, right? Yahweh Shem Yahawashi prepared us to have this glorious body, right? And right now we get prepared by his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, the teachings that the Lord has given us. Right? Somebody might say, why are you always teaching? Why are you always going in the Bible? Because I want my new damn body. Let alone, I don't want it just myself. The words that Yaramayan said. I don't want to have the power and do all of this just by myself. I want my brothers to get it too. I want the elect to get it. I want women to finally be in their role. Right? I want women to you want to go talk to a girl and she ain't get touched by another man. I want my daughters to be able to have one man that they was dealing with. I want to get out of here. I don't want my daughters to even taste the air of romance in a relationship. Like Jacob Trouble, that's different, especially to a man of the Lord. But I don't want my daughters to taste none of that. I want them to focus on being my child, being a believer of Yahweh Shem Yahawashi, and growing in faith. I want my sons, I want them to grow to be great, but I want them to know and believe in the Lord, because they're going to grow to be a man too. I don't desire my kids to be a celebrity. That was my old thoughts. I don't want my kids to be in the limelight. I'm damn near self. I really don't want nobody to see him. You know, I want them to get in the kingdom. I want my nieces and nephews under Yaramayan household. I want Samuel Walla. I want Asher. I want the apostles, the elders, the men that are sincere and diligent and great millstone, the affiliates and like-minded other men and women. I want y'all to get the kingdom. I want you to be the ones in the rulership mindset. I don't have a desire for this kingdom to make it tomorrow. You know, I have no power to end it or not. You know, but I do not desire it. If tomorrow comes, hey, tomorrow comes, still can do this. I can still put a smile on somebody's face, boom, boom, boom. But at the end of the day, when you really look at these prophecies, you really want these to come to pass. You know, there's so many spirits out here that's against this truth. Seeing on TikTok where there's multiple people just doing a lie to say God is not real. God is not real. Sitting on that damn camera and people really making money just to talk about bullcrap. Then you got another dude saying that he's the Messiah. The Lord is revealing a lot, man. The Lord is revealing a lot. So you brothers and sisters that's really in this truth being serious, you are on the right path to the right destination. Continue to endure, continue to put gas in the tank. Don't be the fuel to the fire, but add put the oil, put the gas in your car, put the oil in the joint, because you need an oil in the filter, right? And put that gas in there. I don't care if it's regular, super, or premium. Put that gas in there. You know what he said in the West: slide some oil to me. Slide that oil, man. That goes with Matthew the 25th chapter. 5 wise, 5 foolish. When you read the NLT, the wise got extra oil. The foolish, they ain't even get enough. Get extra. Let me get extra through the spirit. Go look in your cabinet. Just look at it in the spirit. Do you got that extra olive oil? Ooh, put it in your mind. Get that extra. Get that extra olive, man. Get that extra oil, man. Don't just get enough. Let me get extra. Hey, do y'all got any extra olive oil? How many you need? I need extra. I need extra, you heard? We want this glorious body, man. So let's go back. Let's get this in Genesis 12 and 7. We almost done, family. I'll be trying to go short, but it's just, man, I just get so excited and other things be sad, and then I end up bringing out more precepts. So Salaki if I'm going too long. This is Genesis chapter 12. I'm going to start at verse 4, but 7 is the point. It says, so Abraham departed as Yahweh have spoken unto him, and Lot went with him. And Abraham was 75 years old when he departed out of Haran. And Abraham took Sarai his wife, and Lot his brother's son, and all their substance that they had gathered, and the souls that they had gotten in Haran, and they went forth to go into the land of Canaan, and into the land of Canaan they came. I just want to say something through the spirit. When you read that only Abraham and Lot left, why not the other ones? This is where you got to know that the Lord is already speaking of the elect without even saying the elect, because they were called, right? But at the end of it, when they get to this land, technically they were chosen to leave their families to go to this land. So through the spirit, Lot and Abraham are not Hebrew Israelites, they're Hebrews. But in reincarnation, they have that righteous blood in them, because still that alignment comes through their loins. So they're going to be Israelites in the reincarnation. The sons of God, they were not Israelites, but they came back in the nation of Hebrew Israelites. Now, for the ones that don't get it, what I just said is not for you. So don't get yourself a headache. Shalom to the brother Yahawashi Mashai Brakathum, to the brother Ephraim Yasharella, right? This is not for you. For the ones that's having the discernment, the ones that want to learn, I am speaking to you. I'm truly speaking to you. The ones that don't get it, don't understand it, this is not to you at all. So please ignore me. Please ignore me. This is not for you, okay? So verse 6, it says, Abraham passed through the land into the place of Shechem, unto the plain of Morah, and the Canaanites was then in the land. And Yahweh appeared unto Abraham and said, unto thy seed will I give this land. And there builded he an altar unto Yahweh, who appeared unto him. The descendants of Abraham haven't even touched the earth yet. In the Lord, what does that go to? He said that this land was going to, what did he say again? He said, unto thy seed will I give this land. The seed that is called, not all seeds. That's what we got to make it clear, to the seed that is called through Isaac and through Jacob, the ones that's going to get the covenant, the oath, and the everlasting covenant. This is Isaiah 46:10. Keep bringing this out, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasures. So for us to get in the land after Moses and Joshua got us in the land, right? He led us into the land. Then we had kings, right? All of that was established to usher in Hamashiach Yahawashi. Solomon ruled and had peace for 40 years. That was a snippet of the kingdom for 40 years, a small snippet, because we didn't have glorified bodies. We didn't have that power. All Israel is going to rule. We had a king that was ruling, but Israel, yes, you were in a hierarchy seat, but it's going to be greater when Yahawashi come. Yahawashi is letting us share in his glory. He's going to let us share in his reign. Come on. We're going to have babies on babies. Another example of the kingdom of Solomon, talking to you men, Solomon had women. Regardless if he slipped, in righteousness in the kingdom, no man gonna slip, and he's gonna have women. He might be a Judite and have 3 Gadites and have a Reubenite. Regardless of how you feel, the man is gonna go back in his stature. We're gonna be fruitful and multiply. You cannot multiply with one woman. Real love is gonna be in real order. Ain't no, oh, let me lay under you all day. Like, we're gonna be relaxed. Women, you're gonna be enjoying yourself. You're gonna be at peace. That everybody gonna know who your wife is. Ain't no committing adultery. Ain't no bang bang boogie. Ain't no crackheads. Hey, yo, brother, can I get $5? Man, we gonna be it. Don't you desire to get the fuck out of here? I want to see people ruling. I'm talking about my people. I don't want to see Jake being a crackhead. I don't want to see OnlyFans. I don't want to see strippers. I don't want to see slut buckets. They be looking like, man, damn, man, oh, man, her body look amazing, man. I want that, but then she'll be hard-headed. Don't want to come in his truth. Jake want to twerk. Go watch the movie Sinners. He showed every example of our history leading to now. The last point was she was in the kitchen twerking, and that's through the spirit. How you in the kitchen and you know women's supposed to be cooking in that damn kitchen, but you twerking? That's how you know they had the women twerking in the kitchen, knowing through the spirit she's supposed to be cooking, but her ass twerking. You know, we got to get out of here. Women looking so good, but they don't want to be in order. You know? Then you even have a woman, then she not saying but protective, but you can't do what you can't be a man. Like, I just seen my twin, he said he got in a car accident because his girl caught him with another woman and she was chasing him and his car was all messed up. I'm like, I can't live like that. Can't be in the world, especially for a woman not to know her place as a woman. Really mind your business, let alone you a woman, she a woman. But, you know, that's a man of the world. That's way different. But even regardless if he's not a man of the Lord, women are going to flock to men regardless. But at the end of the day, this is not living where a woman got to get out her character just to fight another woman. You know? In another way, where men is leading women in a way that's unfruitful for her. Soon as you plant your seed or put your rod in a woman, you take the responsibility as like a father. This is why in the ancient world, the alignment of marriage was way different, where the father was giving you his daughter. Now you got to take the mantle of leading her. This not living. This is why we need Hamashiach Yahawashi. You know, we need him. This man really set up us in the time of from Adam all the way to Abraham, all the way through them times we was living in our land, just to set us up for Yahawashi to come. Because when Yahawashi come, all of this is gonna get right. All of this is gonna be right. Ain't nobody bumping against us. We ain't gonna never fall again. You know when your mom say never, this time we able to say never, never. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh, I am for real. We ain't gonna never ever get removed from our place. I prophesied that. I mean, not me, but it's in the scriptures. We bringing it out. You know, when we get established in our kingdom, we will never get taken out. Never get taken out. Never, never, never get taken out. What do you desire? What is you hoping for? What is you looking for? You know? Man, I want that. I really do want that. So let me get this Jeremiah 16 and 14. This is Jeremiah 16, verse 14 and 15. This is what it reads. It says, Wherefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that it shall no more be said, Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. Now, this is saying the same thing we read in Jeremiah 23. So through the Spirit had him say it again, right? It says, but Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them. And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. All nations is gonna see this strange salvation, and you nigga Jakes, you gonna be stuck like, damn, them men on the corner was doing the right thing. I thought they was bugged out, or I didn't even think they was bugged out. I just didn't even care for it. All of y'all gonna see, man. Not just only Esau. Like, yo, it's gonna be you nigga Jakes, where you gonna see people get beamed up, and you just seeing them get beamed up, like, yo, what the heck? And you still there. Reality gonna freaking hit your ass. I like how he said, reign in righteousness. That's a fact, right? Yo, a lot of y'all gonna be so hurt. And hey, it might sound like, yeah, nah, no, I won't. I'm telling you. He says all eyes is gonna see him. So when you see Yahawashi, of course you're gonna be afraid, even the elect, because that's now our Lord is here, right? Then you seeing people get beamed up. That shit is going, and you ain't getting beamed up. Hey, even the elect. Well, just imagine you seeing other ones get beamed up, and you just waiting for your turn. That's still scary in the case, because he got beamed up. That person over there. Now from a far distance, you seeing them, and you still there. That's still in a shaky moment because you waiting for your turn to get beamed up. But even in that day, the chosen is going to be known. They're going to be even known before Yahawashi beam you up, man. Anybody that's not trying to establish themselves in the ways or in the eyes of Yahweh Shem Yahawashi, you're finished. Finished right now. Let me get 2 Corinthians, the 4th chapter, in verse 3. In the NLT, it says, if the good news we preach is hidden behind a veil, it is hidden only from people who are perishing. So if you can't get this, you don't care for it, it's because you're perishing. You're gonna be freaking destroyed. You're gonna be destroyed. If you're not getting this, you not caring for it, you're going night-night. Right? It says Satan, who is the God of this world, has blinded the minds of those who don't believe. They are unable to see the glorious light of the good news. They don't understand this message about the glory of Hamashiach, who is the exact likeness of God. Right? So it's really Satan, that spiritual Satan on the left-hand side. This is his job. He the Lord had him. When you go to 1 Kings 22, he put him in a position to make you believe in a lie. Speaking in your ear of a lie. This is why you don't believe in this truth. You might think that the truth is not real, but the Lord put that on you. That's why it's dangerous to be in the hands of the Lord. It's dangerous to be in the hands of the Lord because you might not get this. Yahweh Shema Shai might not let you get this. That's a scary thing. This is why you wanna meditate on, I wanna get this. I need to get this. Because you might not get it. The Lord probably set you up to not get it. The Lord probably set you up not to get it. The Lord probably set you up not to get it. That's scary. The Lord set you up not to get it. The Lord set you up not to get it. And niggas is comfortable with that. You know? You really comfortable sitting there drinking your tea, your coffee, you taking a shot of Patron, and you don't get this. You was created to go against it. Shit, you say you a Hebrew Israelite, Yahawashi, then the Lord got you being exposed in the world as Mr. Pegasus. That's supposed to be scary for you to get your shit in order. Right now, Jake is not getting himself in order. Yahawashi coming, man. It could be a week, it could be a month, it could be a year, it could be a year and a half from now. It could be such and such and such. The Lord is coming. Look at the mother sucking signs, man. Open your get the spiritual boogers out your eyes and look, man. Be aware. You can't put an extra few days where it's not an extra few days. You gotta think, you gotta have it in your mind that the kingdom is coming close. So, like I said, that would I'm ending it, but I gotta get this. We got to get the classic Romans 13:11. In the KJV, it says, in that knowing the time that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than we believe, right? Y'all slumber for too long. Snoring real good. And I know sometimes I'm sleeping like a grizzly bear. Mouth all open. A lot of y'all still sleep. You be like, yo, where Kevin at? He sleep. Yo, where Lakeisha? Sleep. Where Sexy Red? Sleep. Where Beyonce? She sleep. She in a comatose, right? And she ain't even eat food. You know, when you eat food and you be tired, they ain't eating. They ain't even eat. You know? A lot of y'all is giving up your crown. Actually, your crown was already taken. You wasn't even given nothing because it was already programmed before the foundation of the heavens and the earth, the role that you was going to play. I don't want to be that, man. The brother put Psalms 119, verse 15, 16. I will meditate in thy precepts and have respect unto thy ways. I will delight myself in thy statutes. I will not forget thy word. Right? You can't forget it if you meditating on it. Right? What is that? First Chronicles, the 16th chapter, verse 11. Seek the Lord's face continually. I might have to bring this out to camp. This is our profession. This is your profession. Let's get the word profession. You can go to homology.com if anybody want to follow along and know where I'm going. Homology.com, type in the word profession. Profession. Vows taken upon entering a religious order through the spirit, whatever. If you on the left-hand side or right-hand side, you were given a order. Some of you gonna play this role, some of y'all gonna play this role. Let's read again. Vows taken upon entering a religious order. Through the spirit, the elect took a vow from the Lord that we can't break. You can't break a vow. Go back into the law. You cannot break a vow. Right? You gotta keep it. Hold on, the brother put a precept, and I know it goes into profession. Another meaning for profession means a public declaration. What does that go into? 1 Corinthians, the 4th chapter, verse 9. Be a spectacle unto the Lord and to the angels and unto men. A public show. Matthew 22. Go out to the highways, go out to the byways, go to the hedges, teach this word. Right? Compel my people to repent, regardless if they hear or forbear. Speak to the damn wind if they don't want to get it. Right? This is a public declaration. Oh man, why are you always going outside? Because it's a public declaration. This is my profession. I work a 9 to 5, but I work every day. Sometimes Salaki. Hold on, y'all, because the sky is looking beautiful. I don't know if that's a plane. That's a plane, man. I'm over here. Hey. This is Hebrews chapter 10, verse 23. The brother put. Yeah, now I see a light twinkling. Yeah. I'm out here tonight. I gotta see one tonight if the Lord allow. If the Lord put it on the angel schedule, man. If you do see a chariot, the Lord put it on the angel schedule for you to see. And if you see, Stop doing what you're doing and call on the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahawashi, and say the water. Because it was on that angel's schedule for you to see it. Right? So this is Hebrews 10:23. It says, let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering, for he is faithful that promised. Let's get that etymology. Let's get the interlinear or the coordinates of that meaning for that word profession in Hebrews 10:23. And I believe I'm most likely gonna probably bring out this verse for Kent.
Strong's G 3671. Homologia.
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 Homologia. Subjectively, whom we profess to be ours. Woo! What one profess or confesses, right? This is our confession, because it's giving you the translation Strong's G 3671. It's a confession. Profession can be a confession or acknowledgement. It's the Strong's definition, acknowledgement. Profession, right? What is your profession? To teach the words of Yahweh by Hashem Yahawashi. 1 Timothy 6:12. Fight the good fight of faith, Salaki. Fight the good fight of faith, laid hold on eternal life, whereunto thou art also called, and has professed a good profession before many witnesses. That goes with G 3671. Has confessed a good profession. I serve Yahweh Hashem Yahawashi. I'm in this truth. This is his wisdom, knowledge, understanding. This is your profession. This is a job, right? This is a job. This is our First Timothy 6:13. Give these charge in the sight of God, who quickeneth all things, before Hamashiach Yahawashi, who before Pontius Pilate witnessed a good confession. Right? Just giving you multiple precepts on the word profession. Let's get another one. Did I already bring this one out, Salaki? Let me make sure. Did I bring this one out? Okay, I did. This is Hebrews chapter 3, verse 1. Wherefore, holy brethren, partakers of the heavenly calling, consider the apostle and high priest of our profession, Hamashiach Yahawashi. Yahawashi is our high priest, and we're confessing this, right? We're confessing the name of our Lord and Savior. We're confessing this truth that he has given us. Right? And again, profession is vows taken upon entering a religious order. When you come in this truth, like when you go to, like when they bring you to court, they say, are you saying the truth and nothing but the truth? You have to confess the truth. This is our profession. 1 John 2:21, can't no lie be of the truth. Again, a public declaration. Let me see if my phone gonna let me look up this word. Hold on. I'm gonna look this up real quick. So a public declaration means a formal or explicit statement or announcement. Woo! A proclamation or a notification. Listing goods, property, income, subjects to duty or tax. Come on, an announcement. A formal or explicit statement or announcement. We're announcing Yahweh Hashem Yahawashi is about to come. No way any Jake desire to be here for another 10, 15 years. I don't desire that. Now, if I am, please keep me in this truth, Yahweh Shemashai. Don't remove your presence or your spirit from me. But I don't want to be, I don't want my kids to be here for another. Because when I look at my oldest, come on, man. It's five more years. That's she damn near 20. No, I don't know. I know. Nope. Don't want you. Nope. Don't want you to be here when you 20. I don't want my kids to have to even think about working. I don't know. Stay a child, stay in the area that you want. I don't want none of that. I don't want even want I didn't even want my younger three young, I mean, because I know my one parent, she's not even in school, but I don't want none of my kids. I don't want my babies to even grow enough to get ready to go to school. I don't. That's like 2-3 years from now, 4 years. I don't want them to go to school. No. I want this. I want it to get worse this year, leading to the next year, into the next year. I said when COVID came, this is just something that I said when I was in HOI and when I left HOI, and now we following Great Millstone. We under Great Millstone. When it was 2020, when the COVID, when the sea biscuit came, COVID, the vacuum and the arm came, I said, I believe, give this system, this world, 7 more years up to 10. So from 2020, 7 years will be 2027, 10 years will be 2030. I think America is already changing, but I think it's going to be a way bigger change leading to the MOTB 2027 to 2030. I think a huge leap is going to happen in the United States, but I could be wrong. I'm just after that and just using the number of completion, 7 and 10 being another number of completion, a spiritual number, you know, 7 years and we got 2 more years. Guess what? This year uh marks this year marks 249 years. Hold on, let me make sure. Let me fact check that. 1776 subtract oh shit. 2025 subtract 1776. Okay, yes. So this year marks 249 years America been established. 250 years, when you go look at it, the minimum or most empires last about 250 years. But it's all the Lord that makes it go a little further. So next year, 2026, is going to be the mark of the minimum or the mark of when a kingdom or a dynasty lasts. 250 years. Next year, right? 251 would be 2027. And then you can add on until 2030, right? I don't want this kingdom to last any longer. The Lord said the final Trump, which is World War III. We got a Trump in office right now. That is not a coinkydinky. Not saying the kingdom might end in his hand. It might. Just like how the elders say, it actually might. The way that things is going. Yeah, 2026 is 250 years. Yeah, 2027 will mark 251. 2026 marks 250 years. You should be desiring to get out of here. So again, this is a question you should ask yourself. Lord willing, I can have it written on my refrigerator for my own motivation, maybe for somebody else in my household, to have your mind on it. Do you want to get out of here? Do you want Yahawashi to come? And you should always say yes to both of those. Man, please shut this down. Monday last week. Shut it down, right? But Lord willing, this is edifying to the ones that's desiring to get that kingdom. The ones that's desiring Yahawashi to come. Lord willing, this is edifying. Lord willing, this is uplifting. Lord willing, it got your fingers tickling, But we want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, and we want to say the water Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi for allowing this lesson to come out. Lord willing, it was edifying and straight to the point. And double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well through the Spirit and like-minded men. And a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect in the same spirit, Lord willing that y'all all could continue to endure and be sincere. Shalom to the Akwat Yom, believers of His faith and His truth. Lord willing, you could continue to play your role, being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. And Lord willing, the most I have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that is not in the faith. Again, do you want this? Do you want this? Do you want to get out of here? And do you want Yahawashi to come back? Ask yourself that. And make sure that you answering that every day to make it a reality. Shalom, Abad, Abad. Abab, Ababal.